Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name as always is Theo there.
Baby girl.
And today we'll be talking about why we got married only after
6 months of dating.
Stay tuned to the end of the video. There might be some pointers that really stand out to you and help you guys understand why we made such a drastic decision within such a short period of time. Now, baby girl, what would you say is the first point you think, the first reason when it comes to getting married?
I would say it comes from knowing what I want the most, which is emotional security and emotional support, and just being able to have someone, have a life partner there for me through everything in life, because life is really hard. Trying to do it myself, I've tried it. It's really, really hard. And I really want to have a partner there that shares my interests and, encourage me through everything that I'm doing. Because sometimes I give up. Like when things get hard, I tend to give up. And, that has changed ever since we're married.
Yeah, that's good. Because with marriage, you do get a friend for life, right? You have someone that it's a different level of trust than you have from just anybody, to where you don't have to worry about I'm gonna tell someone something, they're gonna use it against me, or they're gonna, they're gonna backstab me, or because it's your other half, right? It's your ride or die. It's your crime fighting partner for life, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And coming with that, I think it is therapeutic and does help you heal from past traumas. Talk about that a little bit more, baby.
Yeah, it does. Because coming from the family that I came from, my parents, they're not bad parents. They just don't know how to parent. And they share a pretty toxic relationship. So being in that environment and sharing that toxic relationship with my parents doesn't really make marriage look appealing to me. But, what are the other options? So I've been tried dating, I tried talking to different people, and none of that is what I want. So through therapy, I discovered that what I really want, it's marriage, even though I felt like that wasn't what I wanted before, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and going with that, another thing too, another therapeutic part of marriage, I think, is the sex. I definitely would say that the sex is different in marriage rather than sleeping around. Wouldn't you agree?
Or versus in a relationship, because a lot of people, they date for 10 years, they're in a relationship for 10 years.
I think it's knowing it's the person's as committed to you as you are to them, it's just a different feeling.
Yeah.
And it could tie on to the spiritual aspect too, as far as making a covenant between God, two becoming one flesh, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's just a whole different experience. It's not just a thing you do, it's a whole experience.
It is the ultimate commitment. I disagree when some people say, oh, marriage is a piece of paper. So if it is a piece of paper, why not go and get it? If it only is a piece of paper, go and get it then. Is money just a piece of paper? But why do people want it so much?
Yeah. And going with that question, why sooner rather than later?
I think it goes back to knowing what you want. I know what I want. I know I want marriage. I know I want to start healing and living life with my partner in crime. What's the point in waiting? I want to ask this question back. If you know this is what you want to experience the benefits marriage can bring, why wait when you have the person right there with you?
Yeah, that's true. And what I did too in 2021, I wrote down on a piece of paper everything I wanted in a woman, and checked off the boxes. So it's a matter of, like you said, when you know what you're looking for and you meet it, what's the point of waiting for a prolonged period of time? At least that's our belief.
Just because society say you should wait a year or a certain amount of time doesn't mean that it's applicable for everybody.
Yeah, and of course, don't make sure not to settle, right? Because like I said, I wrote down, checked off all the boxes what I was looking for. If you feel like you're settling, I would not advise getting married, right? But if you truly don't feel that way and you guys are comparable to what you're looking for and checks off all the boxes, why not?
And a lot of times I notice that people wait for 5 years, 10 years. It's not because it takes 5 to 10 years to figure out what they want. They know what they want, but they also know that they haven't gotten what they wanted yet. So that's why they're waiting and looking for other options. It really doesn't take years to figure it out.
And going with that, another reason as well for marriage, I believe, is, well, there's also some financial advantages that come with it too, right? As far as, saving on taxes. What's another point you think as well that comes from being married?
And just have your business partner. We started a YouTube channel together. Partner for everything, for business, for life, everything that we do.
For sure, for sure, for sure. And wouldn't you say so? You got like a 2-for-1 special, right?
2-for-1, yeah. That's why we got married.
Yeah,
Buy one get one free. The best deal ever.
But no, I mean, adding on what Baby Girl was saying, I mean, definitely having two different minds combined, right? Two different aspects, just two different ideas to work. We could check and balance each other. Because I'm more the risky type. You're more the
let's be safe. Exactly. Let's make sure we don't lose any money. Let's cover our asses.
Yeah. So I think it definitely does help having both temperaments to where it's a check and balance thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think another good point too, especially if you're planning on having kids, is raising kids in a more stable household. What do you think about that? What's your view on that?
Definitely. I feel like I would be more traumatized if my parents weren't even together.
Because it could be really unstable, especially having like different people in your kids' lives that would be there for a short period of time.
Yeah, if my mom like brings different men in the house, I think that would affect me even more. I don't know where I would be if that's what I had to deal with.
I've definitely heard of stories from you guys probably heard of them on YouTube through different people, influencers or whatever, to where that was the case. They do remember in their childhood seeing a lot of different men, and it did affect them. Even how, God forbid, men end up abusing their mothers and stuff, right? Because it's a lot of the people you don't really know. They're not as committed. They'll do whatever. I mean, they don't really care as much.
Yeah.
But when you're married, it's like that's the ultimate level of care, in my opinion. Because what's more ultimate than like literally committing your whole life to another person under God's view, the eye and everything?
Yeah, it's a covenant.
1,000%. But yeah, I mean, coming with it, I think those are some of the pointers for the points we have. Anything else you want to add to it, Baby Girl?
I'd say self-improvement, having someone.
Oh, the growth. That's big.
That's like
big.
massive.
That is big. That is big.
But do you want to share? I feel like after getting married, both of us grow so much.
Oh, there's so much room for growth. I mean, and that's with the commitment thing, because you don't get to run away. It's like, imagine you're working a job and it's like you have no option, but you have to work this job for the rest of your life. Either going to be miserable or be the fucking best work at that job. You only have those two options if you have no option to leave. So I think it's like being in an environment where it's like, I think it's definitely more pressure, right? Because it's more responsibility in the aspect of like, if you're a man trying to provide for like yourself and your family and such. But with that comes a whole nother level of growth, a whole different level of respect. Like you looking at myself as the husband versus just the boyfriend, it's so different. It's like, especially as a guy, like you guys know what I'm talking about. When you take on that responsibility, like Jordan Peterson talks about, it really transforms you. Like we want more responsibility, not less, even though we might run away from it sometimes. So I think just having that environment to where it's like, okay, this is my person for life. I got to do the best, not just for me, but for us. It's not me anymore. It's a us thing, right? It's same for you.
Family.
Exactly. So it's like you think differently, right? And I think when you think more long term,
your
decisions are way different. Like you're not gonna make it, because I do a lot of risky stuff. A lot of risky stuff.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of risky stuff. We're not gonna talk about this video.
Another video.
Later. I'll expose myself later. Yeah. But I think that's honestly probably one of the biggest points, is just you have to put in that work if you want it to work out well. Because I think you could be married and it's not as enjoyable, but if you truly want an enjoyable marriage, this person you're gonna see on a daily basis for the rest of your life, you're gonna have sex with, talk with, commune with, your families are intertwined now, because now father-in-law, mother-in-law, it's way bigger than you. It's like the whole community, even your friend groups are now intertwined. Yeah. It's so many.
My friends are your friends.
So many different things.
Yeah.
It's so many different things.
Yeah.
And I think just with that comes tremendous growth. Even with how she gives me advice, I give her advice. Different personalities, different mindsets, different, just different energy and everything like that.
Yeah, and honestly,
connect well.
Yeah, a lot of things that Theobert told me about me, like I know, but no one has ever told me.
Yeah.
Because people are like, well, why tell her if that's how she is? Like, why? Like, why upset her? But as my husband, Theobert is like, hey, I want you to be better. Here are the things that you can improve on. And I love that.
And that's the thing about marriage, is how, it's going to be a little bit of friction at times, right? Like if I'm telling you what you've been doing your whole life, like this thing you're doing, you should probably stop doing. Of course, it's gonna be a little bit of pushback, right, on both sides.
Yes.
But at the same time, when you sit back and actually take the advice and think about it, they have your best interest at heart, and that's something you have to also remind yourself at times, because we're people, right? Who wants to be told you're wrong? You're wrong. You've been wrong your whole life. It's like, but at the same time, maybe, right?
Yes.
Because there's some things in me you've helped me correct.
Because obviously we're not perfect.
We're not.
But
no will ever be.
But through the marriage, I do believe that through the marriage, like a man and a woman in a covenant, I think that does like achieve that original perfection that God intended to create when he created Adam and Eve.
At least gets pretty close to it, I feel like, at the very least.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, coming with that, those are honestly some of the major points why we got married within 6 months. You know, knowing what you want, you know.
Not wanting to settle for what you don't want, because the reason why people date for years and not get married because they know they're settling and they don't want to commit to this person forever, so they don't get married.
Yeah, having a friend for life.
But just don't settle.
Financial advantages you get, and on top of that too, when it comes to raising kids in a way more stable household. I mean, going with those things all combined, friend for life, you know, everything taken into consideration, honestly made sense for us. And of course, you know, super attracted to each other as well.
Super.
So I mean, yeah, it just made sense. So that's the thing. Tell us in the comments below, you know, how are you guys doing in your relationship? Does it make sense to get married? Do you guys know it's not the person, you're still with them? It's okay, you can be honest. We've been there before. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, this is Theo Bear
and baby girl.
And thank you guys for staying tuned to the very end. We really do appreciate it. Guys, if you feel like you got any type of value from this video, please leave a
thumbs up.
And guys, in the comment sections below, we always engage with our clients, with our customers. I'm with our viewers. That's a customer. I work sales. We're always engaged with our viewers and stuff. So let us know. For more content, guys, as always, hit that big, beautiful
subscribe button
and stay tuned. Peace out. You guys have a good day.